Hi, I'm Cable with the Profitable Personal Trainer, and this week we're going to talk about sales for fitness professionals. Last weekend, I had a number of my coaching clients in my private facility here in Red Deer, and for 8 or 9 hours, we simply dissected, went through, rehearsed, and role-played the sales environment for the fitness professional. Today, I'm going to break it down for you into 4 critical things that you need to understand and know about sales as a fitness professional. You can be the best trainer in the world, but if you can't help a prospect or potential client get in touch with their emotions or really understand the need to commit to their goals, you're going to lose them to a competitor. Today I'm going to teach you how not to. The first most important thing, that I'm sure you've heard this before, is when you meet a prospect you need to identify their hot buttons. How do we do that? We ask them simple emotional questions. Things like, what is your immediate fitness goal? How have you tried to reach this goal in the past? What hasn't worked for you? When was the last time you were satisfied with your body? What would it mean to you to be able to snap your fingers and change anything about your physical appearance tomorrow? And what would those things be? Things that are designed to get you or the person you're talking to thinking about what it is that brought them to you in the first place. Why do they think your services are the answer? The second thing, or second aspect, is you must now gain their trust or lower the barriers or lower their resistance to your offers. As consumers, we're pre-programmed these days to always think that, approach everything with some skepticism or think that it's probably a bad deal. You need to show why you're different. Okay, for me, the best way that we've accomplished this is by a physical tour of our facility. With strategic points around the facility, we stop and talk to each person and convey a certain amount of information. Each position has its own role. The first is to simply establish some credibility or explain why our facility is different. The second is to show why we're aware that personal training can be sometimes an expensive service and why we're willing to work with people from every aspect of life and how it can totally fit your budget today, and I'm going to make that easy. In the third position, we'll often stop and talk to people a little bit more about our services and reaffirm them that everything that we do is about them reaching their goals and that we're totally committed to that goal that we share. The final thing that we do is to sit down, or the next stage or third tip is to sit down and educate the prospect and establish even more credibility. We explain how our services are going to address their problem. Essentially, now that I know what they're emotional about or what they want to change about themselves, I can tailor the presentation to show them why we're the answer or we're the solution to what hasn't worked for them in the past. Of course, the final situation is to pitch and close the deal. When you pitch, it's a simple culmination of all the things that you've already established. By identifying hot buttons, gaining their trust, and lowering barriers and credibility, you should have set in play a certain number of affirmations. I call this the magic of yes. Throughout the initial stages of my sales presentation or my consultation to my client, I always want to get affirmation from them that they too feel we're the answer to their problem. For simple questions like, does this make sense? Yes or no? Does this situation or this type of programming look like it might be the answer to your problem? Yes or no? It's actually very easy to start finding those yes-no questions to ask your client and gain those affirmations. I challenge you in your next consultation to try to get 15 affirmations before you show them package options or the financial side of the program that they're invested in. With all that affirmation, you should find when you reach the pitch that they're much more likely to be in a buying position and more receptive to your ideas. The final thing is how you close. Okay, make sure once you put an offer on the table that you let them answer and you choose to use questions that allow them to affirm that decision. Otherwise, you run the risk of them leaving and experiencing some buyer's remorse. Last and not least, but you should always be tracking these statistics. How many appointments are you setting? How many are showing up? How many of them are converting to packages and what those average sales are? By tracking those 4 statistics, you'll totally have a clear picture at all times where your business is going. This has been a very, very brief overview of sales. You look for my sales product coming out in the next couple months that will teach you everything and more, or visit profitablepersonaltrainer.com for more explanations of the metrics tracking that I use or the sales strategies I use. Thanks for watching. Cable out.